Welcome to our proposal writing session 3, where we are going to take today about the KPI and the outcomes. If we do this successfully, what will it look like at the end of the project? This is an important question that we should ask ourselves in order to know what is the outcome of our project. So, what is the outcome? The outcome is usually a change which appears as a result of a program or an activity. So when you are going to propose to do something, it's usually in the form of an activity or a program. That activity or that program should do a change that's going to appear. So the outcome is usually specific, achievable, and measurable. When we are going to talk about an outcome, it should carry few specific criteria. It should be very specific, achievable, and measurable. For an example, we are going to say improvement of health. This project is going to improve the health. Is that specific? No, I'm not aware what kind of health. Is it mental? Is it maternal? Is it child? Is it achievable? Yes, I can achieve. Is it measurable? Okay, how can I measure the improvement of health in the time that I didn't specify in the first place what type of health I'm talking about? So this outcome is not specific and not measurable. Outcomes can occur on a multiple level. It can occur in the individual level to help the family or the household to do a change, or can occur in the community or the population group, or it can occur on the organizational or the system, where it involves multiple institutions or agencies. As we see, outcomes is the results that are going to happen for the individual, the family, or the community. Usually, we divide the outcome into short, intermediate, and long term. Short outcome, which is a change in the awareness, knowledge, attitude, skills, opinion, aspirations, motivations, behavioral intent to the individual level or to the community level. When we are going to talk about intermediate action, intermediate outcome, then this should be on a larger scale for many years. It could be changing the behavior, in the decision making, in the policies, in the social action. If we are going to talk about long-term outcome, this is what do we call it in another word, the impact, which is a change in the conditions, in the social well-being, in the health, economic, civil, or environmental place. The impact is not the ultimate goal, is the ultimate goal which I'm going to achieve. It's not going to be due to only my own work. It's cumulative. You don't know when the health had been improved, what is the reason? Is it the program you had implemented, or the program where X had implemented, or the intervention where Y had done it? So the impact is a long-term thing that I can witness in my lifespan, or I may not witness it. It can happen, or it may not happen. When you talk about the outcome, we should be aware that there's something called an outcome chain. What is the outcome chain? It is where we do link the task and the activities and the outcomes to each other. For an example, if I'm going to say that I'm going to have train the staff on proposal writing, then I'm talking about train the staff, I'm talking about design program for proposal writing. So the outcome is going to be train the staff and material or program for proposal writing. The intermediate one is that I'm going to have persons who can do that well. So it's a change in the behavior of the people. On the long term, as people are doing proposal writing effectively, I'm going to have an organization with a high repetition that's going to be highly recognized in the region. Now, kindly in your workbook, try to provide the outcomes for the suggested intervention. You had actually proposed to have a specific intervention or a task to be done. Kindly clarify and provide the outcomes for the suggested intervention. After doing our outcomes, then we should determine if what we have done is completely correct or not. We need to know, are we on the right track or not? Are we doing the right thing or not? Here it comes the indicator. What is the indicator? The indicator, it is a mean to measure achievement. So it's simply a way where I can use it to measure what did I do, what did I achieve in the project. Clear objectives and activities lead to an evaluation plan. How are you going to know you accomplished what you set out to do? Choose indicators that will tell you whether or not you achieved your goals and met these objectives. When I'm going to have an outcome, I have to choose the indicators. Either I like them or not, but I have to have an indicators. The simple the indicator is, the easiest I am going to be able. So an indicator is a variable. It values the change that measure objective calculation of the value. It's a key element for any program or project. The indicator is usually for an input, process, output, and outcome. Output and outcome are used interchangeably, where an output can be considered the immediate out thing that comes from the activity, while outcome is the thing that we achieve according to our goal. However, we are not going to consider this. We are going to think about the outcomes and the output interchangeably as the same meaning. How should indicator be formulated? Once indicators have been identified, they should be formulated to reflect measurable change. Indicators frequently utilize the following metrics to say that they are working. They are usually in the form of number, ratio, percentage, rate, or time. Kindly now in your workbook, provide the indicators for the suggested outcome you had stated. Kindly use the short-term outcome that you had clarified earlier and try to put an indicator for that outcome. For an example, if we are going to say, I have a design program, or I have a trained staff. If I have a trained staff, the first question is the staff trained or not? If the answer is yes, how can I say yes? There should be a document review for such a thing. Were they trained or not? Were they trained effectively or not? How can I do that? Through a questionnaire where I'm going to say that 90% of the participants had shown active interaction with the assignments, achieving 90% in the assignments. So kindly in your workbook, try to do that. The logical model is a widely used tool that presents scientific details of a program, objectives, activities, and outcomes, and show generally how they are related. Logic models can be very helpful in organizing and summarizing the information. It's in the form of objective, activities, outcomes, and indicators. So the take-home message, define your outcome in the term of outcome chain. Having a specific indicators for the outcomes is the backbone planning for success in the proposal writing. Thank you.